सब्सक्राइब करो हमारे चैनल ऑक्सफोर्ड स्कूल ऑनलाइन को और साथ में जो बेल आइकन है उसको भी प्रेस करो ताकि आप देख सकें हमारी वीडियो सबसे पहले।
Welcome students. Today we will start with the part second of our chapter fiber to fabric. Now, in the earlier video we have studied about what are fibers, what are the different types of fibers, how fibers are classified. We have seen that fibers are classified into three parts: natural fiber, synthetic fiber, and mixed fiber. Natural, which is obtained from plants and animals; synthetic fibers, which are made with the help of some chemicals; whereas mixed fibers are the combination of natural fiber plus synthetic fiber. So we have learned the basic part of our chapter, and we will further move with the next part, that is cotton and jute. Now, as we all know that cotton, which is a soft fiber that grows around the seeds of a cotton plant. It is a soft fiber and it is used to grow with the help of a plant. It is usually grows in black soil and in warm climate. Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Rajasthan and Gujarat are some of the states where the cotton is being cultivated. Where it is used? It is used in making the fabric such as shirts, sarees. So these are some of the uses of cotton. Uses in manufacturing of cloths and linen, our bed sheets are also made up of cotton. Used in medical procedures, we used to have cotton balls which used to get absorb that blood or any other material easily. Cotton is blended with other fibers, example terracotta. Yesterday in the earlier video also I have given you the example that terracotta is a mixed fiber which is having a terraline plus cotton. So it is a mixed fiber. In this cotton is used. Now the next topic is jute. Talking about the jute, it is also known as golden fiber because of its texture. We have seen gunny bags that bora is made up of a fiber which is called as a jute. Jute is a long, soft, shiny plant fiber obtained from pat plant. It is a Hindi name of this plant, wherever it is called as patsum plant. It is also called golden fiber, as I told you earlier also. Seeds are sown in March or April. Between the March and April month it is used to sown and grows 6 to 12 feet in height. Its height is also very much. Usually its height is around between 6 to 12 feet. It is mainly cultivated in West Bengal, Assam and Bihar, and among this West Bengal is a major producer of jute in India. Talking about the uses, as I have told you earlier also, that it is used in making gunny bags or sacks, that is bora. Used in carpet curtains. We have seen jute carpets, but we have not seen curtains because the high quality of jute is used in making carpets. Third is shopping bags, table mats, etc. We have seen that shopping bag, now we are using more using jute bags which is eco-friendly as compared to plastic. So that bag is made up of a fiber called as jute. So up till now we have studied that what is a cotton and what is a jute. Now our next topic is how this fiber is processed into a fabric. That is how fiber is changed into fabric. There are 4 steps by which this fiber is changed into fabric. First one is ginning, second is spinning, third one is weaving, and fourth one is knitting. We have grown that fiber. Now that fiber have to be converted into fabric so that it can be further used. So by the use of these 4 processes, we used to convert that fabric into that fiber into a fabric. So one by one we will just study about that, how this fiber is converted into fabric. Our first topic is ginning. Now ginning. The ginning suggests, or we can say that the ginning can be defined as the process by which the fibers are separated from the seeds of the plant. So it can be defined as the process by which the fibers are separated from the seeds of the plant, and this process is called as ginning. Traditionally, it was done with the help of a machine called as steel combs. Actually, basically it was a comb-like structure which was made of steel, and these seeds used to pass from that comb-like structure, and the seed is separated and the fiber is separated from them. But nowadays we are using in the present scenario we are using a machine called as roller gill. I will be sending you the images of these machines with this video. You can easily see there. Now, earlier we used to use steel comb, which is a comb-like structure, and it used to separate the seeds and the fiber. But nowadays we are using a machine called roller gill, in which we have to just put up the seeds, and that machine will automatically roll, and it will give the fibers in a separate bucket and the seeds in a separate bucket. So the first process is simply separating that fiber from the seed. Now, after the separation of the fiber from the seed, the second step is spinning. Now we have taken out that fiber. That fiber must be in twisted form. So that fiber has to be changed into a long thread-like structure. And that process, the process of converting that fiber into a long thread-like structure is called as spinning. So we can define it: the process by which the fiber are changed into yarn. Now you must be having a question in your mind that what does this word yarn means. So yarn is a long continuous thread. There's a long continuous thread. So we have separated that fiber. Now that small fiber cannot be used for making the fabric, so we have to straighten them. So the process by which we used to convert that simple fiber into a long thread-like fiber, so that process is called as spinning. And we have also knowing one machine, that is charkha. That is called as a hand spinning. Mahatma Gandhi used to do charkha. He used to wear khadi, and he used to just make his fiber of his cloth on his own. That machine was called as hand spindle. The hand spindle is also known as charkha, but for large scale, for making our clothes, that machine is named as spinning machine. We used to have spinning machine. So for the small scale we can use charkha or hand spindle, and for large scale we have to use spinning machine. Now we have converted that fiber into a long thread-like thread, that is called yarn. Now we have to convert that fiber into a desirable shape and size, or we can say that into a fabric. So the process by which that yarn is changed into a fabric is called as weaving. We have to weave it. That process is called as weaving. So weaving is a process by which we convert a long thread, that is yarn, into a fabric. So we can define it: the process of arranging two sets of yarn together to make a fabric. With the help of handloom or power loom. So, the weaving is the process by which we used to convert that long thread into a fabric is called as weaving. You have seen, we can normally see, we are wearing a shirt. It is not mainly of one color. Several different colors are there. So several different fabrics, fibers are there. Several different threads are there in that cloth. So that cloth has been weaved, and the process by which two or more than two sets of fibers are arranged is called weaving. After converting into a yarn, we used to convert it into a fabric. We used to make t-shirts, we used to make shirt, trousers, various other useful necessary things. So that process by which that fiber is changed into a fabric, and where more than two or more fibers are used, that process is called as weaving. So for a small scale we used to do handloom, and for the large scale we used to do power loom. The handloom is a small scale activity, whereas power loom is a large scale activity. So our third process is also completed. Now moving to the fourth process, that is knitting. So our last process which is used for converting a fiber into fabric is knitting. So we have seen our grandmother used to weave that sweaters with the help of needles. That process is called as knitting. So when a single yarn is used to make a fabric is called knitting, and it is usually done by hand with the help of knitting needles. So when there will be two fibers, that process is called as weaving. But when there is a single fiber, single yarn is there, a single color, then that process is called as knitting. Mainly it is done by that knitting needles, but on large scale it is done by machines. It is done by machine, in which we have to put just that fiber, and we will easily get that particular fabric which we want. So in today's class, what we have learned, the basic two plant fibers, that is cotton and jute, that what are the important uses of cotton and jute, what are the places where these jutes are grown, cotton is grown, which fiber is called as golden fiber, which are the places in India where these cotton and jutes are grown. So we have studied this. Next, what we have studied, that how this fiber is changed into fabric. So we have studied four process. First was weaving. First process was ginning, in which we used to convert that seeds into a fiber. Then that second process was spinning. We have get that fiber, but we have to convert it to a long threads. Then we used to do spinning. Third was weaving. We have get the yarn and we have to convert into a desired fabric. So we used to do weaving. And the fourth one was knitting, in which which is used for just a single yarn. When a single yarn is used to make a fabric, then it is called as knitting, and it is usually done by knitting needles for small scale, but for large scale it is used with the machine. So that's all for the today, but till then you have to revise your earlier video terminologies and today's terminology, as I have given you the notes earlier only. So you have to revise these terminologies. You have to solve this worksheet which I am giving you today. So with the help of this, you will be able to just memorize these basic terminologies and you can easily learn it. So till then, revise it and just read the next part of the chapter, that is history of the dress, that Indian culture dress, and about some other fibers. Till then, bye.